Today I'm showing you how you can translate Google Forms like this automatically using AI. The goal here is that we have a Google Forms in English, for example, and we want to translate into a different language and then send it to respond. So for example, Spanish. The first tool that we're going to be using is a free one. We're going to use a second tool as well, as a second method, which is going to be a paying method. But the first one is completely for free and it's called Weavely. So you go to Weavely.ai, press this big start for free button, and you essentially end up in a AI powered form editor. So what we'll be needing to translate our Google form here is this import form button. So what we're going to do is we're going to be importing our Google form into Weavely.ai and then ask it to translate. So we'll need to connect our Google account. So this is single sign-on. It's pretty easy, just essentially follow along with the wizard. Don't forget to check this box here, otherwise it won't have access, and press continue. Once that's done, you can just enter your Google Forms editor URL in here and import. So that's the important part, this /edit thing. So you don't want the URL for your respondents, you want the edit URL. So the one that is in your nav bar when you have the Google form open. So going back, pasting this in here, and then when I press import, it's going to import that into Weavely. Okay, so there we go. I imported the questions as well as the heading of our Google form. So we have this radio button here asking to rate our customer support. So if you go back to the Google form, you can see customer support rating, then 2 open-ended questions with text, and then an emailed field. So this is the same thing we have in Weavely.ai. And then the cool thing is that we can start tweaking this using this AI chat interface here on the left. So one of the things, and that's the whole point, is asking it to translate. So translate everything to Spanish, for example. That's the example that we initially took, but this is AI, so you can essentially use, well, any language it knows, which I guess is all of them almost. Okay, so there we go. It translated everything to Spanish. So both the heading as well as this initial introductory paragraph here, the choices that we have in our radio buttons, as well as the questions. So that's very easy. You can just specify any language you want and it translates it to it. And then of course you can further tweak your form. So you could change the style, for example, you could add additional questions, all from within this chat interface, or just by hand if you want to, from the interface here on the left, where you can tweak the design, which already looks better than a Google Forms, but you can basically customize your entire form. Now, this is a free solution. You get unlimited responses, you get unlimited amount of forms. In the free tier, you only have a simple powered by Weavely badge here below, but that's essentially it. So that's how you translate your Google Forms to a different language using the free method. So the second method uses a plugin for Google Forms called Translator for Forms. So the advantage here is that you have a piece of software that actually runs inside of Google Forms, so it will translate your Google form, you'll stay within the Google ecosystem. The downside is that the pricing is quite hefty. So they have a sale for the moment, but otherwise it's going to be around 20 euros a month or $18 a month just to do your form translations. Now I can't show it to you immediately because they have a temporary issue with their login system or like the installation inside of Google Forms, but it's pretty highly rated on the ecosystem, is pretty well downloaded as well. So it works pretty well, I'm assuming, but it's a paying option. The upside is you're inside of Google Forms. So these are the two methods that you can use to translate automatically your Google form to a different language using AI.